for me anyway, the key example is on one day we got 100 Facebook, we got 100 Facebook likes, but one person unliked us, and that was the stat that we focused on.
So come on, who are you?
But yeah, and we focused on it for a good, half an hour of what did we do that day? Why don't they like us?
We really dove into that negative unfollow, didn't we? And it really affected us all. Although we were smiles and out, but we couldn't concentrate on the positive. We had this new 100 people follow us, but yet that little person, it was quite upsetting, really. I think, we were all a bit affected by it.
Until we got a bit of perspective, Yeah. But you have to go through that, don't you? You have to work your way through anything, and then have your proper perspective on it, and realize, everyone is not going to like you, and that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, why is it okay that not everyone's going to like you?
Goodness, I actually struggle to answer that. I think as a human, you see yourself, and I think you display yourself and you put yourself out there, and think that you're a good person, and you're hoping that everybody likes you. So when you see and find out that somebody doesn't, that's a hard thing to kind of accept. So that I struggle with that quite a bit, I think.
Especially being singers, and you're bearing your soul, and it's such a struggle to open yourself up and put your voice out there and be like, oh, and music is so subjective, and not everyone's going to like the sound of your voice. So there's that, coupled with we're publicly putting ourselves on social media to be criticised, and that's a whole thing in itself. I certainly didn't have I didn't really have Instagram, certainly didn't have anything more than like Facebook, so to just put ourselves consistently out there on social media for comments it's hard.
Definitely. And I think as well, especially when you're younger, like in your 20s, I definitely would never have done this in a million years. But I think definitely as you get a little bit older, you get into your 30s, you become a lot more comfortable in your own skin, and believe in yourself a little bit more, and probably care a little bit less about what other people think as well. So I think that's made it a little bit easier going forward for me. And also, like meeting you guys, I think we're all quite similar in what we're trying to do. We feel the same about most things that we talk about. So, surrounding yourself with positive and like-minded people is definitely a way forward as well. For doing
I think that's a big
this
thing, obviously, that we have adapted since we decided this is what we were going to do, and we talk 50 times a day most days, and it's just full of encouragement. It's always encouraging and supportive, and if somebody has an idea, everybody's on board, and we're just, we're this little unity now, that if we know that Hayley's having a down day, we're going to be there to kind of pick her up, or maybe Don, if you're having a down day, we'll be there to pick you up, and it's been wonderful, because I think, especially like you say, doing something like this and putting ourselves out there and singing and, doing the music that we're doing, as long as we are understanding what we're doing and loving what we're doing, I think that is, that's the main thing, you know what I mean? Because it's, we're supporting each other all the time, which is, I think, wonderful.
And I think the other reason it's okay not to be liked as well is exactly what you're saying is, we're putting ourselves out there, and people that get it absolutely get it 100%, and they're so on board. And if they don't get it and they don't relate, then that's fine as well. So, that's another reason why it's okay that, people don't get you or they don't relate to what you're doing or you're singing, or, that's fine. It's just whether they're on board with your mindset or not, and if you're in it, you're in it,
Yeah. So how did you come to terms with the one unfollow on that day then, Mary John?
I don't think I was that badly affected by it until I started thinking about it. And I think, to be honest, the only reason that I've come this far in the whole process is not by just not overthinking anything. So literally, like, Hayley saying, "Oh, we're going to do a selfie with no makeup on today after our Zumba." Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. And I'm never going to revisit the thought. So yeah, I don't feel like it did affect me that bad. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I'm in a different place where I'm just a lot more comfortable with what I'm doing. It's not nice, and you do have that little minute where you're like, oh, like what was wrong? Like, what did I do? But I just think all those positive comments, and it's been overwhelming, the amount of comments that we get, and people asking us to sing songs that mean things to them, and that just outweighs everything for me. So yeah, I think I just try and keep that in my mind, a little bit of balance